This namin dinalibere to Mapulani. Ona tango ku mana iwendi inde. Ona tiku sanja Mapulani.
Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of ZMB Talks. Now the same music is a universal language, and Namadingo is one artist that's a testimony because we can we can attest to say, despite his language, we Zambians and the rest of Africa are resonating with his music, and he's currently in Zambia. We're like, why not hunt him down and ask him a few questions? A lot of you have been asking, is he Zambian? What is he doing in Zambia? But yeah, hi Namadingo.
Hi,
how you doing?
Great.
I'm super excited to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Do you know why? You remind me of my days in Malawi.
Is it?
Yeah. I went to Joyce Banda.
Is it? Beautiful.
The time that it just started. So when I first saw you, it was that video. Oh, Ndalama.
Yes,
so I thought you were a comedian. Yeah. But how did it move from there to where you are right now?
Well, Ndalama is pretty much new. It is not a year old. Yeah, that's not my song. I was just featured on the song.
Yeah, I saw where you had to travel kilometers to get to the place.
Exactly.
Who are those?
So those are villages, and they have a choir that's operating in their village. And I went ahead when I saw their music. My producer brought it to my attention, so I made a trip to visit them. And after I have visited them, I experimented with them. I heard one of their songs and I was like, definitely I'll jump on this one. That's what happened.
And it had to be Ndalama.
Yes, exactly.
And when I see someone from Malawi, the first song that I asked them said, do you know this song? Garimoto ya pene mende.
Yes, that's Sunbeam.
Yeah, wait, is he still around?
Yeah, Sunbeam is still much around.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
But do you know that song? Did you survive to
I
it?
do. I mean, the title of that song was Pedemende. Yes,
Pedemende.
Yes, that was the title. Long time ago.
Yeah. One thing that's intriguing about your name is the doctor, the tag doctor. Why do you really add it? Say Dr. Namadingo.
Well, I was given an honorary doctorate degree by the University of South Africa.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, because of the charity works that have been going on in Malawi. And people pretty much just celebrate the title because it was quite overwhelming for such a higher institution of learning as the University of South Africa to pinpoint someone in a small country like Malawi.
Yeah.
And so that's how the title came.
Nice. I read somewhere where it says you grew up in Lilongwe, then you went to Mzuzu, then relocated to Lilongwe. Why all these movements?
Well, I was born in Lilongwe.
Okay.
Which happens to be the capital of Malawi.
Yeah.
And my father used to work for a company called Auction Holdings Limited. And he was transferred to Mzuzu, where we pretty much lived from 1997 to 2002.
Okay.
And then we came back to Lilongwe, and I established myself in Blantyre. That's where my house is. I'm from Blantyre since 2012.
Nice. I also lived in Blantyre, Sochi East. Which part of Blantyre do you come from?
I come from Chapima Heights.
Chapima Heights.
Exactly.
One thing I like about the streets of Blantyre, and I still remember up until now, is chips apachuai.
Yes.
They don't have it.
They don't have it here.
Yeah, why?
I asked around and they said they don't have it.
They don't have it. I think we should bring it here. What do you think?
Probably Malawi is in the future.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
The song at Bushiri was it your story or it was just someone's story you're emulating?
No. Bushiri, I think maybe some Zambians might know him. He's from Malawi. He's been living in South Africa. And recently he came back to Malawi. So Bushiri Wabwera means Bushiri is back.
So the song was dedicated.
No, it's not a dedication. It's pretty much a lesson about how life can go. Because Bushiri was pretty much established in South Africa. Probably maybe we thought he would never come back, but he came back home for his own reasons. Of which, under different circumstances, we would have loved if he came back home in a certain way. But he came due to some problems that he faced in South Africa. So it's a lesson to all of us that we might travel, we might be here in Zambia, celebrated, getting interviews like this. And it's only fair that we return home with a good story.
Yeah. But then I was really confused with the story because were you telling your story like chapter 1?
No, that's his story, not mine.
It's kind of like similar. So I was confused. I'm like, oh, because you also said Lilongwe, then you went to South Africa.
Yes, but his
for
chapter
school.
1 starts from Zuzu. My chapter 1
that's
starts
why.
from
That's
Lilongwe.
why I got it mixed up. Okay, interesting. I was reading somewhere where it said your mother sponsored your first album. How was it? How did you get her to do that?
Oh, that dates back to 2007. I was 17 years old then. And my music does not really have a deep background. It's just on the surface. So I started my career in 2007. It's been a solo career from the word go until now. And my mom, when she saw me singing and writing music, it was a strange thing because it's not in our family.
Oh yeah?
No, we don't have musicians in our family.
For real?
Yeah, both in my mom's and my dad's. I'm pretty much the first one.
I know, out of 3, ne?
Yeah, out of 3. So my mom saw it and she thought it was amazing. It was really a gift for her to see that. So she said, okay, I'm going to sponsor this. So she took all her money and put on, it was a bet, like she was like, God, I'm betting with you, like I'll put this money on this kid and I'm thinking he's gonna blow up. And she really thought we were gonna make money out of it. And it was a disaster.
Are you serious?
Yes, it was, because she lost all her money.
So how did it go? How was the response in Malawi?
Well, nobody really knew who I was. I was just some kid who was trying to make it. So we used our money to record an album, book venues for the launch. That was in 2007. And then we did launch the album on the 24th, if not 23rd of December, back then in 2007. And it was a total flop. Only 17 people showed up to the event. And I knew every one of them by name because they were my family. It was my grandma, my auntie, it was pretty embarrassing. Exactly, but my family was there. And nobody paid, so it was pretty much like a free event. And fast forward, my mom she was really down because all her money was gone. I was young, so I didn't really understand much about money. But she told me, like, we don't have to do this music anymore. This should be the end. So fast forward to 2010, that's when I released my second album. I was 19 then, and it really did the most. It blew up in Malawi. I was everywhere.
Which song put you there on the map?
It's titled Ntendere.
Ntendere.
Yes, you can check it out on YouTube. I'm sure it is there.
Okay.
So we did the show again at the same place, same venue, same day, but 3 years later.
Wow.
And this time around, I didn't know who I was seeing because it was just pretty filled out. I mean, yes, so that was the beginning.
Nice. So let's say first album was a flop. Why then did you actually move to the second album? And seeing to it that you didn't have inspiration around you. But why did you actually say, no, I think I'll just work on the second album?
I really think when we say it was a flop, it will be unfair. The flop was the show was a flop.
But the album
probably the promotion was a flop, but that was my beginning, so I treasure it. That was the biggest thing in my life because that is the first thing, the first step into the industry. Exactly.
And when did you decide to say, well, I've been seeing your videos from the time I watched that video on Dalama. I started stalking you, see what you're all about, and I figured out it's the way you actually pass your message and how you do things is quite different from most artists. It's like you went in a philanthropist way. And, you know, giving back to the community, doing everything else. So I'm like, what drives you to do that?
Well, I'm going to borrow a leaf from an industry elsewhere. Let's just say the industry in the West, where I would say it's safe to say they're giving back to the people. Because life there, the living conditions are better than here. Here, we don't even have to call it giving back to the community. Here is what we have to be doing on a daily basis.
Yes.
The poverty levels in Malawi, as well as here in Zambia, are quite high, quite insane. It's only fair that we all don't even call it giving back. Even if the community has given you nothing, you just have to give to the community.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for me, it's not necessarily giving back. I mean, it's just celebrating life in a different way, whereby we just have to be there for each other.
Growing up, did you have people who are also there for you? Maybe that's where you get it from.
Well, growing up, I mean, as a child, as a kid, as a youngster, there's always someone who's giving you something. You know, so yeah, I mean, I've had lessons all around me. Exactly.
Interesting. So you studied music and arts at the National School of Arts in Johannesburg.
No. I've never studied music actually.
For real?
No. Let's set the record straight. You know, when you do certain things in a certain way, certain people start associating you with education. I mean, education is all but enlightenment to one. So people see me to be enlightened, and they probably think, you must have gone to school for this and that. So I don't know how this information hit the streets.
That's what's actually on the, you know, when you search or when I was doing my research, that's what popped up.
But then it depends on what's that source. You understand? I'm not the source, and neither I don't think it's elation. But I mean, people nowadays just go to the internet and they trust the information there. They just get it and run with it.
Yeah.
Yes, but no. I've never studied at the University of South Africa.
But have you been to South Africa?
I have been to South Africa.
Okay.
My father, 2004, he left for South Africa.
Okay.
And that's where he lived the rest of his life. And somewhere in there around 2006, 2007, 8, 9, I was in South Africa because my old man was there. So probably people know I was there and they think, oh no, he went to the University of South Africa.
Yeah.
And now I graduated with the University of South Africa with this honorary doctorate degree, and they think, now that explains it. No, I did not.
Okay.
Exactly.
Interesting. That mashup you did with Lucius Banda, that's another one.
Thank you so much.
Lucius he's a legend.
Of course.
My mom used to love that man. Like,
Great.
You know? Yeah.
Great.
Would you say he influenced part of your career?
Malawi is a very small community. We are influenced by each other every day.
Yes.
Everyone knows everyone in Malawi. I've done stuff with Lucius Banda because I used to listen to Lucius Banda when I was young. So when it comes to learning about what music is, we have learned pretty much from everyone. Everyone has taught everyone. Exactly.
And then how did Elation Entertainment come in the picture? Because I just recently found out to say Mapulani was released under Elation.
Exactly. Elation Entertainment and I go way back to 2017. My first time to be here in Zambia, I came to perform at Zamfest 2017, which was the first one as well. Yeah, so I performed there. 2018, I came back to perform at Zamfest.
Okay.
And I did a performance there in 2018. That's when I met the Elation Entertainment CEO, Sokwani Chilembo. We just call him Sox. And I met Sox in 2018.
Okay.
And when I met Sox, instantly we clicked. Our language was the same. And at that time they were putting together a studio. I visited their studios where I met Wezi. Wezi was also part of the crew I met that day, that night actually. And we immediately clicked and signed a contract, and we started recording. So my most recent album, which came out in 2019 December, was produced in Zambia. People don't know that.
Yeah, a lot of us do not know that, and we're like, what?
Yeah, so it was done in Zambia by a Zimbabwean producer who is also signed to Elation. So we did that project. So Maplani is a single. It's actually 10 months old, and it was all done within the same space.
Why did you trust Elation?
Well, the question should be, why did Elation trust me? Exactly. I was the trusted one. They trusted me.
They trusted you.
Exactly.
Nice. And then we've been seeing pictures of you and your maps. Is that a sign? Is that a hint that you worked on something?
Well, Your Maps is one of the finest guys you have around here. I admire his work. He's created quite a number of hits here. In Malawi, people know the song Finally. Yeah, I saw a lot of people dance to it in weddings and parties. So when I came this side, I was looking forward to meet such kind of people. And when I met him, he's a young man, and he's at the prime time of his career here in Zambia. Probably he's just in the beginning of his career. I pray that it is so worldwide.
Yeah, most
I wish him all the best. So when we met, we immediately... we're excited. It was exciting. He was like, I'm a fan, and I was also telling him I am a fan. And immediately he made me listen to a couple of projects that were still in the pipeline. And I was excited to jump on one of them. It's quite a huge track, very big.
I can't wait.
I can't even wait for it myself.
Is it on the album, or it's just going to be on just a
it's
single?
on his. I don't know if he's going to put it on his album The initial plan was to put it on his album, but he said he wants it to come out before his album.
Yeah. Wait,
Exactly.
are we going to dance or are we going to play We're in Love? Or which sound is it? Which direction are we going?
I can assure you, you're gonna dance the whole night.
Okay, interesting.
Exactly.
So I wanted to ask you, there's something I really wanted to ask. Somebody put out and said, oh my God, I have a huge crush on Namadingo. He just doesn't know. And we have this thing of, you know, Ken Dumbo and the Malawian comedian, Felistas. Should we also maybe think these trips, you know, you're coming to see a madam?
No, not at all. Not at all. That won't happen. Not in this life or the next.
Hey, what do you mean? What do you mean?
No. I am somebody who is engaged.
Okay.
Back home.
Nice.
Yes, and I respect so much love, and I believe
Nice.
in monogamy. So yes, I'm not a polygamist. So I don't expect any funny stories here.
I feel you.
Exactly.
And then the time that you came, I think it was you were having some tours in Tendere compound. Then you asked the tour guide to say, I used to listen to these Zambian songs when I was young. What songs were they again?
Actually, that should be stuff done by James Chamanyazi, and there was another guy. I just forgot his name, but the song, I think, na 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 na, and somewhere the song says yes.
So you used to listen to that?
It makes me so, I'm a very emotional person,
Are you for
and
real?
when I remember these songs, I mean, that when I started talking to this gentleman about that song and they told me who did it and I listened to it, it literally just made me cry, because I used to listen to these songs when the Malawian TV had just come into existence. So in Malawi we didn't really have music videos. It was a new thing for television to come to Malawi. So the first things we used to watch were coming from Zambia. So we watched a lot of Zambian content.
Can I ask you something? What TV station was that? Was it ABN?
No, that was I meant the Malawian television station, which was now it's called MBC, but back then it was called TVM. Television Malawi.
Okay.
Exactly.
Nice. But do you remember the TV station ABN, right?
Yes, I remember that one.
You know, my mom was the one in charge of it in Malawi.
Are you serious?
Yeah, then, you
Beautiful,
know, life
beautiful.
happened. We had to come back to Zambia. Now I'm here.
Oh, great.
And then, let's talk about the mayor's wedding. How did you know who he was before the actual wedding?
I didn't know who Miles Sampa was before his wedding hype. Not before the wedding, but before the whole build up to the wedding.
Yes.
And then I started getting messages and calls from my people this side. Oh, we hear you're performing at the mayor's wedding. So can you imagine? The mayor even put out the word that I was performing at his wedding before he talked to me. That was how interesting it was. But he's a man of faith and he's a special character. When I got to talk to him, it was quite an honor. I learned a few things from the mayor himself. Sitting with him when I got here, it was just a different. He's a different person altogether.
Did you realize your song was that big in Zambia, Mapulani?
No, by then I already knew how big it was. Because bear in mind, my guys are here, Elation.
Yes.
So they knew to what extent, of what magnitude this had.
How did you come up with the concept, that song, Maplani? It's a powerful song, man.
Well, I think simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Because if you look at Maplani, it's the simplest song.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
You didn't try to look for that bougie girl.
No. So what happened is we were sitting in a hotel room in the capital city, Lilongwe. And I'm with my producer, Moshu, who's done a recommendable job on all the mashups. I'm sitting with him in the hotel room and we're having some drinks and chatting. And then I sit on that keyboard and he's asking me, so Chief, what's the plan? Do you have any plan? I said, what plan? So we kept on talking about plan. He's like, oh, you need to have a plan. Like, what next after the mashups? I was like, probably we just have to continue with my career whereby I do my own music. And he says, so what's the plan in your music? I was like, actually, we should make a plan. Oh, let's make a song. Okay, that's the plan anyway. That's how it started. And I said, okay, but the plan should, okay, let's talk about a girl. What should we talk about the girl? I said, we already said it's a plan. Let's just tell her the plans.
Wow.
That's how simple it was. So it was recorded in one night. And the next morning we're thinking, let's release it. So it's very simple. Yeah, it's very simple.
You had the Zambian cover though.
Zambian covers, not just one. But there was a particular cover by some lady, Adasa.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yes. So her team got in touch with my team and they asked if they could do the cover. Actually, she wanted us to do a song, and then she also had an idea to do the cover. Then we said, go ahead and just do the cover. So she did it and she killed it.
Nice.
Beautifully done.
Nice. You talked about mashups, which just reminded me. What was with the mashups really? Was that a series, or was this just a phase in your career where you wanted to compile different songs?
No, actually it's safe to call it a series because it comes in seasons. The first season, which features 2 artists from Malawi that you don't really know. They're upcoming.
Okay.
And we mashed up my own songs.
The names, please give us the names.
That's Joe Kells and JJ.
Okay.
So these gentlemen have amazing voices. And they don't have their own music as in albums and stuff. So I thought I should use my own music. So we used my music, about maybe 10 tracks of mine. We mashed it up with Joe Kells and then the other tracks with JJ. Fast forward in time, then I thought, let me engage legends. So I engaged Lucius Panda because I really love his music. And he was not selfish, but come to the invitation. He responded. And we did the mashup with him. After Lucius Panda, we did a mashup with Billy Kaunda. After Billy Kaunda, we did a mashup we did a mashup with the Black Missionaries Band. Because I am a huge fan of the late Everson Matafali. So we did a mashup with the Reggae Giants. After them, we did another mashup with the most legendary guy, Giddes Chalamanda.
Nice.
Exactly.
Those names you keep on mentioning, it's like you're bringing back old memories, nostalgia, guys. So now I feel like speaking Chichewa, Okay. So now, let's talk about the song that you mentioned in Zambian artists in it. Musuma. To some extent, I feel only a few like responded to that. Or maybe they were coming straight to your DMs. I don't know.
Actually, not even anyone responded.
Yeah, you see, why? But why? I noticed that. Why? That was a beautiful song.
Yeah, it is a beautiful song, and I was just appreciating what I had learned about this country. We have a lot in common than any other countries in the world. Yeah, we're sisters, we're brothers. And when I wrote the song, I wanted to talk much about the things I know about this country. And I talked about the places I would want to visit, which included Livingstone, Kitwe.
When are we going to Livingstone?
Pretty soon I should
big
go to
show,
Livingstone,
right?
exactly.
Kitwe, big show as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
So your music industry, there are a couple of names that I admire, and I mentioned pretty much everyone that I know, from Slap D's. You know, these guys have managed to put up something here that is not the case back in Malawi. In Malawi, hip-hop is not really a big deal. It's still in its infant days. But here, hip-hop, I think it's reached that puberty time. I mean, it's just beautiful what you guys have achieved here. So you talk about these people, Slap D, and them.
I'm sure. Who was telling you the names? Did you know the names yourself, or maybe you had to get some clearance from some people?
No. I actually just went straight to YouTube. I mean, the world now is online.
Yeah.
So I was there on YouTube and checking out the numbers and the amazing work these people are doing. And I only found it fair just to put them in my song. My mom says it's very special when your name is in a song.
Yeah.
Because such kind of, such kind of a gesture is always given to Jesus Christ, God, all the politicians during campaigns, people compose songs. You understand? So I thought of giving this honor to these guys.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that probably maybe they don't know the song.
No, do you know what we should do? Those people that you mentioned, if they come asking for features, tell them first to respond.
Come on, I should have actually mentioned your mops because he came to me and he's not mentioned in the song. He's nowhere in the song.
I don't know why, but I just kind of felt sometimes I'm like, guys, is it just me or I'm not seeing the response that this guy actually deserves?
No. But yeah, that's it.
Guys, we want the responses, otherwise you don't get them features. And you've been talking about how Zambian music is kind of like different as compared to Malawian music. How's the coverage now, that side, in terms of this this time and era of music, the music that people are making now? Is it being played in Malawi the way it used to be played long time ago?
Well, I would say if we're to put comparison on the table, Zambia pretty much got some things before we got them. As I'm telling you to say, when we had our first national TV, television, we were getting content from Zambia because we were low on in terms of content. So we have equally been inspired by Zambians in a lot of things. And Zambians there, the Zambian music was pretty much everywhere. I remember at some point in time, pre my career, we consumed a lot of Danny, a lot of Exile then,
was
now
Mampy
Israel.
there?
Mampy, when she just returned from the Big Brother house, I think that's when she did the song. That was a big jam in Malawi.
Oh,
nice. I think unfortunately, maybe just that song, if not two songs. Those are the only songs I heard from Mampy. But then Zambian names in Malawi, lots of them. Like any Malawian, any day, will tell you about Zambian music.
Nice.
Like, we've enjoyed it. My favorite all-time song from Zambia is Captain Charlie.
Please help us with just like a demo. I don't know what Captain Charlie is.
Captain Charlie is the song that he talks about Nakuma Napalai Napu. The chorus goes like,
sing it,
Manga Captain Charlie.
No, maybe if you sing it, I'll know it.
No, trust me, it's been my favorite because I used to sing along when I was a kid. Now I'll butcher the song. But
Okay, I'll join you.
I'm telling you, I'll butcher it. Like, I don't even know where to start, but that still remains my favorite.
Captain Charlie.
I love that song. I love that song.
For real? Why? Why is it one of your
song.
favorites?
I don't know. There's just something about that song, and it was too original. The lyrics, it's not something you hear every day, so it was beautiful.
Nice. And shout out to Faith for this one. She actually helped me arrange this interview.
Yeah.
But
who did that song? Captain Charlie.
Guys, who did Captain Charlie?
But you guys know the song.
Captain Charlie,
yes. I just love that song. I would love to meet that gentleman.
Are you for real? Guys, who did Captain Charlie?
Josie, yes, that's the name, Josie.
Where is Josie?
I mean, I wouldn't know, but I know he's in Zambia.
You can resurrect it, please. Just
Josie.
Go
I love that song, Captain Charlie.
Captain Charlie. Josie.
I even heard Captain Charlie is his father.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
That's how much I know of the song.
Wow. I think you just know so much about Zambia, and that I feel this is why we are actually giving you the accolades you deserve. We actually pay much attention to your music.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Do you also feel to some extent we are giving you the accolades more than Malawi itself?
Of which it will be, another country falls in love with my music, I can compare them with Zambians, like who loves me more than the other. But Malawi is my mother. There would never be another love that I will compare Malawi with.
Yeah, because I was asking my cousin, I'm like, yo, I want Namadingo songs. But then it's like, I think he was just tripping or something. He just didn't want to send me your songs.
Exactly. No, people love me in Malawi, and I am thankful for their love. Because before you guys knew me, they brought me up.
Nice.
Exactly.
Nice. Like I was saying earlier on, Faith helped me arrange this interview. I was trying to have you, but then she was like, no, he's actually in South Africa. What were you doing? Let's talk about the SADC 2021. What is it all about?
So the SADC 2021 is a project that we are trying, of which we will do and accomplish.
Okay.
The mission is to make this whole region our platform. The issue of numbers is real, and the world is now listening to those who have the advantage of having more numbers than the other. We're talking of Nigeria sitting on a 206 million population has helped them quite a lot, and the economy, we cannot even compare it with Zambia or Malawi. Malawi has about 18 million people. Zambians are about 17 million less or more. And then when you look at these populations and you want to contest on a platform where there is Nigeria, Lagos alone has 21 million people. You can't even compete with their city when it comes to numbers. And they say out of 5 Africans in the world, at least one is from Nigeria. So the influence is real. That's why we see even in our weddings locally, I don't know if it's happening here in Zambia, but in Malawi, you even find people dressed as Nigerians on their wedding or on their what we call traditional wedding. Chinkoswe. You see people dressed like that. So it's quite a disappointment. when such influences are taking us on that level, and our consumption of their music is just huge. It's not a bad thing. It means they've made it, but we know it's about population, and now it's high time that we combine our forces down here, because I think this is the only region whereby you find languages, lots of languages that we don't understand each other. Because if you're going to travel, if you're going to jump into Mozambique, which happens to be probably your neighbor, you won't understand each other.
No, we
you
won't.
Understand? You go to Zimbabwe, they're speaking Shona in Ndebele. You go to Botswana, who happen to be your neighbors as well. They're speaking Tswana, you can't understand nothing. But you talk of the other regions, you find Tanzania, Uganda, and them, Kenya, they're speaking one language. That really unifies them. That's why it explains the numbers that people like Diamond Platinums are hitting. So the only way we can do that is when we have to pass the boundary, which is the language. So the SADC 2021 is my compilation of different music made in their languages. So the first drop actually comes out on the 26th, which happens to be today.
Okay, what's the name?
Osazo Fika. So Osazo Fika is 100% Zulu. There is no Nyanja, no Chewa, no English, just Zulu.
Just Zulu.
So I come to them in their language. It is pretty much the strategy of Jesus Christ. Because Jesus represents himself to you in your language. So he's not Jesus to you. To me, he's Yesu.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. So Namadingo in South Africa should be something else.
So the whole concept, is it that you're going to be recording in their countries, or it's just using their languages?
No, I'm using their language, but for me to fluently sing and speak their language, I need to be with them. I need to be among them.
Yes.
Cause reading, pronunciation, and all those connotations of language can only be achieved if I am really working with them.
Okay.
Exactly.
So now you went to South Africa, you're in Zambia. What's the next country?
No, actually, the content is all done.
Are you for real?
Yeah. We've got the content, the videos, the audios, everything is done. Now it's time to just deliver it. So we've got a song in Zulu, we've got a song in Tswana, we've got a song in Shona, we've got a song in Portuguese,
wow.
We've got a song in Nyanja,
wow.
Which early in the morning today I said Nyanja is the confused version of Chewa.
What? It's a confused version of Chewa.
Exactly, because Nyanja has got a lot of English in it, you know, and it's exciting to see such a language.
Okay, thank you so much, and I'll say this again, I like your song Tumani.
Thank you so much.
You took us back to church. I'm hoping you take us back in love again.
Exactly.
Any song with any artist besides Your Maps? And I'm only saying this because we've publicly seen you with Your Maps.
Exactly.
Any other collabs you're working on?
Yes, I've been in the studio with Maki 2.
Okay.
Yes, I was with him. Very, very interesting artist. The energy levels, insane, beautiful stuff.
Oh.
I was with him. I did some hooks for his song. I don't know when he's going to release the song.
Okay.
That's his material, but I'm the guy who's handling the chorus.
Nice.
I'll also be working on something with Maureen Lulanda.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, because I honestly, my mom loved her music so much way back in the days. Mumbai, yo. That's my mom's favorite song.
Okay.
Yes, probably that's the only Zambian song she really knows.
For real?
Yeah. So I'm going to work with her because she's also a label mate. She's signed on the same label, Elation Entertainment. So I also worked with Bobby East.
Wow.
Yeah, Bobby East. Actually, the song should be out anytime. Wow. It's pretty much, it's done.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now, for reference, you can go back to my previous album, which was done here. There's a song that I did with James Sakala in Mumbayachi.
Oh.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We'll definitely look it up. Is it on Vesasani or maybe
No, it's an album, so you can find it on Apple Music, Amazon Music.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Pretty much on every online leading store in music.
Alrighty. Shout out. I appreciate you finding time to just, talk to us. We appreciate it. And here in Zambia, we love and vibe to your music a lot.
Thank you so much.
Kind of give us out your social media handles. I know your numbers are already piling up, but maybe, we can get one or two people.
We can never get enough until we fill the whole world.
Yeah, true.
So on Facebook, it's Dr. Namadingo. On Instagram, it's Dr. Namadingo. On Twitter, that's where we're going right now.
You're not yet on Twitter?
No.
Why?
No. Because we take branding seriously and communication very seriously. It's not something we just do for fun. We really want to appreciate what people are doing. They're taking their data bundles and following what we're doing. So we had to start with Facebook, put our house in order, which we have done, and we're pretty much convinced that we're there and we're getting there.
Okay.
Instagram, we're doing good, and now we're just putting our house in order for Twitter.
Nice.
That's where we're going now.
Nice. He's so organized.
Exactly.
But this is, it's not only Namadingo doing this, even his people, his team. Shout out to Elation Entertainment. We really appreciate it you giving us our artist to just talk to him.
Exactly.
Guys, you know what time it is. It's time for me to say bye. But I can't say bye because Namadingo. Even the Kajonko just say, you don't want to sing for me something?
Well, it's always the way of every interviewer, and in every interview they tell you, can you now just sing a little bit, that they know you're the real Namadingo. Yeah, what reason do you have that you want me to?
Because for me, I feel your music moves my soul. Sometimes I wouldn't really get exactly what you're saying, but because of the sound, my heart moves, it skips a beat.
That's why you want me to sing?
Yeah.
So you actually want me to sing for you?
And the viewers out there.
I sing for them every day. Every day I'm saying I sing for the viewers.
But at least you don't sing for me every day.
Exactly. Anyway, let's do this. This is Namadingo to Mapulani. Onatango ku mana iwendi ine. Onati kusanja Mapulani.
Hey! Mapulani, Mapulani. Oh my God, I just made Namadingo sing. If you can do it, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Right.
Bye, guys. You know what time it is? It's #elevating the industry. I've been your girl, EDNA, the People's Bae.